This might be it. Let me bring it up. Let's see if we can get it going. Is it up? 10, 9, 8, 7. Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? I am pumped up right now. Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Talk Williams, host and creator Hip Hop 50th. Also, the host and creator of this YouTube channel, Learn How to Like It. Yes, this is my first of many videos on this channel, Learn How to Like It. In fact, you can look at the title. This is day one, I apologize. Lo siento. How do I say it? Me or me, lo siento. I'm sorry. I need to learn how to say it. Anyway, here's my point. This is day one of me learning conversational Spanish in the United States. That's right, guys. My name is Talk Williams, and I am making an attempt to learn conversational Spanish in the United States. You might say real quick, if you know Spanish, ¿por qué? Why? And my response could be, ¿por qué? Because. Yeah, that was just some reviewing I did today, fresh off the grip, right? ¿Por qué? P-O-R-Q-U-E. ¿Por qué could be why. ¿Por qué could be because. That's it. That's all I got. Lesson one, day one is over. No, actually it's 11. It's after 10 p.m. where I am. And I made a commitment to go live, to post, to do something today on this YouTube channel regarding me attempting to learn conversational Spanish in the United States. I'm really not trying to learn proper Spanish. I'm not trying to go see the Queen of Portugal, the King of Portugal, or whoever it is that runs stuff in Portugal. I am just trying to hold some conversation with Spanish-speaking people in Chicago, maybe in Atlanta, maybe in New York, maybe in Baltimore, maybe in LA, maybe in Texas, maybe in Detroit, maybe in Tennessee, who knows, maybe in Memphis, maybe in Nashville. That's it. That's all I want to do. Hold a conversation in Spanish. I did not take any languages in school. I didn't even stay in school long enough to take languages, so let's start there. But being the senior that I am in my golden age, being the OG or just the crazy old man, I want to learn some conversational Spanish. And I know this is a very bad approach to it because I haven't said any Spanish yet. So let me start. Hola. That's the first word. Saying hola to me reminds me of the first thing that comes up on the website for people when they build out a website. The first thing they teach you how to do is put together a website, and when you publish it and somebody goes to see it on the internet or you test it out in your browser, you see two words, hello world. So for me, for Spanish, it's hola. Let me see if my sound is coming through. I'm going to check my channel to make sure there is some sound coming through. Let me do that first. And let's see. Let me view the channel. I don't see anything. That's not good. Yeah, that's not good. How do I see the channel? What do I got to do? Nope. Live. Nope, that's not it. Let me see. Shorts, watched, all. Let me see if I do a search right here. I'm just trying to see if it's even running. I'm viewing the channel. Nope. Maybe this is it. No. I'm not seeing anything. Let me check another device. I just want to see if I'm live, guys. That's all. Or am I just talking to myself? That's all. Let me see. Paciente, that means patience, right? So how do I say, please have patience with me? That's what I need to learn how to say. The stream appears to be running. Of course, there's nobody on here, and it shouldn't be. Nobody knows this channel exists, really. Let's see. Let me look at Learn How to Like It. and see if I can do a search there. There's the channel. There's viewing the channel. Hey, I got sound. I'm live. I am. I'm live. And there's one person watching. That's me. I'm pumped up. Okay. That's cool. I ain't upset. I am not upset. Anyway, you see it in the lower corner. I'll make it bigger, maybe. The hola, saying hi, right? Hola, que paso, hola, different things like that. Here it is right there. Hola, the United States. Yeah. So anyway, if we look at the title and we talk about, okay, what is it that you're doing? What's going on here? As the title says, Day 1 Learning Conversational Spanish in the United States or U.S. or ES. The what, why, and how. That's what's going on here. That's what it is. Okay? So what is that? What does that mean for me? What is the what? What am I doing? The what is learning conversational Spanish in the United States. The why, because I would really like to engage in a different language, not just for the language in and of itself, but also for the mental exercise, to just jog and harass a side of my brain that I'm not using. That's all. I just would really like to, I don't know, create new networks or rewire current networks that are there, the accents and synapses and different things like that in the brain, the rewiring of the brain, or that word that they kick around, neuroplasticity. So I want to challenge myself, okay? This is me going to LA Fitness, but in my mind. This is me going to Gold Gym, but in my mind. This is me focusing, being excited, looking forward to. And so you say, well, what does that mean? In other words, the what, the why, and the how. And I put underneath, reading some of the lessons, I did select a maestro or a male professor, el professor, and ella, or how do I say, la professor. I don't know how to pronounce it yet, but I picked the male and I picked the female. I like their presentation. I can understand what they're saying. I like their spirit. Because, you know, when you picking instructors, and that's the wonderful thing about YouTube University, is because you can treat YouTube as if it's a university. You can go there and pick your curriculum, pick your professors. They're available 24/7. Create your syllabus, the whole nine. So I have a male Spanish-speaking person as well as a female Spanish-speaking person, and I like their cadence and their energy, and I can hear them. Cool. I'm also using ChatGPT. Yes, OpenAI's ChatGPT. I created a GPT to assist me with some of the language, some of the explanations, some of the technical stuff, the structure, the grammar, understanding why it may not match literally in English what it says in Spanish. You know, noun before subject, adjective after the noun, different things like that, right? So, yep, I'm using AI, I'm using some form of a large language model or artificial intelligence to play a supportive role. I'm using 2 human beings who have wonderful YouTube channels, and I'll probably add another one for different emphasis. And I'm also using this book. I'm actually reading this book, and the name of this book is Easy Spanish Step by Step. Learn Spanish step by step, and soon you'll be making leaps and bounds, hopefully, right? But yeah, I'm doing that. I'm also going to be using the process of, what would we say, immersion? Like you immerse yourself into something, you throw yourself in it, you expose yourself to it. I'm going to be doing that. And I'm going to develop a habit of practicing that activity of immersion, practicing taking time out to take my little studies. I'm going to be reading stuff, reading some Spanish stuff, And like I said, learning some of the lessons. So, matter of fact, let me jump up here real quick and show you guys a couple of the screens. So here we got 3 screens, right? So on the one, I have the young lady here, Spanish butterfly. Let's listen to a little clip from her. And the lesson that I pulled up is porque, Porkue. And so I think this one is called Learn the Differences Between Porque. And she talks about porque, and porque in Spanish. She has 4 examples. One is por, skip a space, que, comma. That one has an accent, no accent, nothing. Just por, space, que. Then she has a spelling of por, skip a space, que with the accent in it. Then she has a spelling of porque with the accent as one word. And then her final spelling is porque with no accent mark. So she has 4 different spellings or presentations of porque. So that's why I picked that lesson, because I did want to start at the why. Because the why is a logical deduction or inference to what I'm doing. And I know how I learn. I understand how I learn. And I'm also clear that one of the ways of learning is to put yourself in a position of reflection, whether it's teaching, echoing it out, holding conversations. And I figure I will be able to see my growth and be able to measure my progress, and also realize some of the pronunciation challenges and be able to log how often I am engaging with this mission. Now, the crazy part is, or the interesting or exciting part is that I wanted to start it in January. And I said to myself, in order to consistently do this in January, it wouldn't make sense to start it in January, because then I got to work the kinks out. You know, what channel on YouTube am I going to go live on? Am I going to be creating YouTube shorts also? Am I going to be doing other or using other social media platforms to get feedback, to produce content, just to engage? And so I said, and then my setup, how many screens I'm going to use, what sources of learning am I going to select? I'm pretty much good to get started. Like I said, I have my Easy Spanish Step by Step. This is a great book here, I think. At least at this point, I have 3 screens. I have my maestra, la maestra, el maestro, and that channel right here, Noticias Telemundo. That's an actual nationally broadcasted news channel and internationally broadcasted news channel for Spanish speakers. They're real big in the United States, so that's my immersion. That's where I will immerse myself with. I think I'm going to wind up adding a couple soap operas or something in Spanish. And the reason why I say the soap operas is because that is intentional and deliberate acting. Even though I don't understand the words for a while, maybe a couple years, I will be able to realize body language, cadence. I will be able to realize things like automatopoeia, sounds, and different things like that, utterances, and just the whole communication outside of just verbal, until I can be acclimated and kind of associated and have a better sense of what's going on. So it's a few of those things. When you lived a while, you know how you learn, right? So you kind of bottle it or mash it up together and say, hey, this is a good starting point. It's just what it is. I am staying away from, I could just be honest with you, I am avoiding and staying away from the proper Portuguese, Queen's, King, Spain, Spanish. I am staying away from that. The reason why I'm staying away from that, I'm not trying to get a job at the embassy. I'm not trying to take some exams, any of that stuff. I'm trying to hold conversations. I'm trying to be respectful. I'm trying to make an effort to do so. That's it. That's it. That's the why. Or as the young lady, Butterfly Spanish says, porque. And I learned this from my man Rocco on the Spanish Speaker Faster. Rocco says, I think his name's Rocco. He says, porque could be why, And porque could be because. You know? So example would be, porque no te or no me llamaste. Is it? No me llamaste. Porque no me llamaste. I think that means, why didn't you call me? And then somebody could respond with the because by saying porque. So it's the why, porque, it's the because, porque, and they could say porque, meaning because they were busy. Because I forgot to say that they were busy. I think it's estado ocupado, or it's, I'm just guessing at this point. Just ignore me. Or it might be porque yo me camiste, no me camiste, estado ocupado. I'm just guessing. I'm screwing it up. But yeah, I'm going to start at the 5 W's, the what, the why, the where, the when, the who, and the H, the how. So my approach to learning with the literal, the literature, with my YouTube maestras and maestros, with my immersion with the Noticia Telemundo, nationally broadcasted news channel, where I know there's going to be a weather section, there's going to be a business section, there's going to be an entertainment section, there's going to be a news section, and it's going to be consistent, okay? And I know that there's going to be a lot of structure to that. So that, as well as, like I said, some soap operas so I could pay attention to what's going on, as always. I think the Spanish women are beautiful, the Latinos are beautiful, so it's easy, not only easy on the eyes, but once I can get into the plot, it'll be easy for me to learn and grasp what's going on. That's just it. I'm just, I'm thinking about retainment. How can I retain? How can I have an emotional experience? How can I retain? How can I enjoy it? How can I retain? Different things like that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This guy's good. Let me see if I can play a clip, what he's opening up with here. Let me do that and be quiet. Let's see what happens. And I also want to see if I play a clip of this using him as my instructor, if it'll give me a copyright warning not to use his or not. So let me just play a little clip of his, because he's going to talk about getting into the 5 W's and the H, which I love. So let's check him out real quick. Let me let my man Rock play. I think his name is Rock. I forgot already. Let's see.
Hola, que la que hay, mis amigos. Rocky here from Speak Spanish Fast.
It's Rocky from Speak Spanish Faster. So check Rocky out from Speak Spanish Faster. I like the way he presents. His pronunciation is really clear to me. Like, go to his channel. I'm recommending him. I am. But I did his draw for me. Like, I didn't know him, right? But when I saw the who, what, when, where, why, and how, that's where I want to start at. Because a lot of things are logical and deductive, and the reasoning and the inferences and different things like that. So that's a good place for me to start at, and he speaks it well. So let me let a little bit play.
.com. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the 6 W's, or you could say the 5 W's and the 1 H. So we'll be covering who, what, when, where, why, and how. In today's video, we'll be talking about those in Spanish, of course. Let's get straight into it.
So again, one of the things, keeping this in mind for me for context, is I'm not picking any of them. I'm picking the ones that seem to speak with a dialect, with a dial tone, with an accent, with a sound, in terms of what I hear in the United States. And again, the reason why I selected him is the who, what, when, where, why, and how, because I don't always use it, but I've referenced that sometimes when I'm talking to people. I'll be like, look, when people are asking you questions, you should be prepared to answer the who, what, when, why, where, and the 6th thing is the how. I like that. So yeah, let's get into this. But it's the why that I was after today, because I wanted to put emphasis on why I'm learning, what I'm learning, maybe how I'm learning it. Okay, so let's listen. I'm gonna skip.
First, we will start with the word who. So in Spanish, who is quién.
Quién is who. Quien. And I think that's Quien, because I is E, so quien, N. Quien, yeah, is who. So we got quien.
Quien. Now, the interesting thing about the word who is you have to change the word quien. It's different when you're talking about a singular or plural. So we have the word quien if we're talking about one person. So, for example, if you call me on the phone, ding, hola, ¿quién es? Who is it? ¿Quién? Who? ¿Quién es? But if you're talking about the plural form, let's say you're over there with another one of my friends. Let's say you're my friend, you're over there, and you're over there with another one of my friends. And then another person comes and they say, who are those people over there? They say, ¿quiénes son? And this can be confusing for non-native speakers because we have ¿quién es? When we say who is it, ¿quién es? Is two words. ¿Quién es? That's two words. Who is it? But when we use the plural, it's one word, ¿quiénes?
Ah, see? And he makes it very clear. The empathy is, this might be difficult for non-native speakers. So that's the empathy. That's him understanding. He gets it, why it might be a struggle or challenge. But then he says, listen to the sound. Single is quien. Quien, quien. It's just that when you answer the phone and you say, who is it? You will say, quien es, which is two words. It's quien, and then the second word is es, s, which is in English. So that's not one word when you're talking singular. Quien es, two different words. Quien es is. When you're talking plural, as he says, it's one word. Quien es. It's not two separate words. It's plural, meaning that quien es is all one word. Quienes. Quien es. That's a good point. See, I like the way that he presented that. And that's what I say to people, like, no matter what you learn, no matter what you're doing, of course, if you go to a school, you can't pick your instructor. The school provides that. If you go to some classes, you can't pick your instructor. I don't even think you can pick the book that they use to teach you. I understand that. But when you're using social platforms or these universities without walls, the way that you want or what you identify, you get to pick the person whose voice you can take, their presentation, maybe their energy or whatever. I like the way he presented that. That makes sense to me. I learned from that. Wonderful. So I'm just giving a little small highlight of my male teacher or professor. I don't know how to say it yet. So now I want to go over to Butterfly Spanish, this young lady right here. She's a Mexican native. So she lives in Mexico, south of the border, Rio Grande, underneath Texas. Again, Spanish speaking in the United States, presented here from a Mexican from Mexico, okay? So I like her, and one of the lessons I put in, going back to why, is the por qué. Now, my man Rocky, Spanish speaks faster, he covers it also, okay? Excuse me. He covers it also, but she gets into it too. So let's listen to her, Spanish Butterfly.
Hola. En la clase de hoy, en nuestra clase de español de hoy, vamos a hablar de esta combinación de palabras. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Y ¿por qué? Now maybe you say, it's all the same. So why are you teaching us the same thing?
See, this is what the lesson is. 4 different versions of por qué. Okay, all around surrounding why. Like I said, my man Rocky from Spanish Speak Faster, he covers it too. And so it's kind of the same language, kind of reinforcing the ideas, presented slightly different, or the emphasis is different. But as she goes down the different porqués, the first porqué, you might not be able to see the spelling, but it's Porque as one word, no accent mark, no spaces, okay? And then the second porqué, she has it spelled Por, a space, Quue, with nothing over it. There's nothing there. Then she has porque, P-O-R, skip a space, Q-U-E with the accent. And then she has porque, P-O-R-Q-U-E with a tilde or whatever. So you have these 4 different versions, and she gets into it. And the way she does it, it's like just real life. It's real. It's not all prop and stuck and rigid and computerized and AI. No, it's humanized. It's like she's talking to a human being. I get it. So let me go back and play the little clip.
In 4 different ways. I say, oh, it's not the same. Might be the same. Might look the same, but it's not the same. Parece igual, se ve igual, pero no es lo mismo. Same, but different. Muy bien. We're going to talk about por qué because there are different combinations. It has to do with the space between por and que, and it has to do with the accent mark in the I. ¿Por qué? Without space, without accent mark. Sin espacio y sin acento.
I mean, AI will create more millionaires in 5 years than the internet.
It's the advertiser. You see the way she did that, though? She said, por qué no espacio, meaning space, whatever. She breaks it down. Now, the other thing I'm just going to show real quick here is Noticia Telemundo. I really don't care if it's the next day or 2 days later when I'm watching this news off of the YouTube. This is my immersion. This is how I'm immersing myself into it because this is actually, like I say, a news thing, right? This is a news media outlet. Telemundo, Noticia Telemundo, okay? So when I play this, it's going to give me what I need. It's going to cover the weather. It's going to cover the business, cover the personal, cover entertainment, cover hosts, different things like that. That's structure because I'm getting a few minutes of it consistently. So if I just wanted to all of a sudden get into weather, I'm just going to pay attention to the weather because they're going to talk about the weather every day. And every time they go to commercial break and come back, they're going to talk about the weather somewhere. They're going to talk about what's in the news. They're going to highlight different things with captions and all that. That immersing myself, exposing myself to that, yes. And then all of it sounds too quick for me to speak. But what I learned about listening to music, especially hip-hop music back in the day and even new school hip-hop music, is no matter how fast a person is rapping, once you hear it enough times, it starts slowing down. It's amazing. It is just amazing. Yeah. But anyway, let me play a little clip from this. Can I play a little clip from it? I thought I could. Okay, maybe I can from right here. Here we go.
Esto es Noticias Telemundo ahora. Feliz viernes. Gracias por estar aquí con nosotros. Comenzamos con esto que acaba de pasar. Se desata el caos a las afueras de un centro de detención de ICE en Chicago. Se reportan varias personas detenidas, un grupo de manifestantes.
I don't know what the hell she's saying this week. I don't know what the hell she's talking about this month. I don't know. I have a clue until next year. I mean, I heard her say Chicago. She probably mentioned ICE. All that other shit, she said, I don't know. But that's why I got to watch this. This is going to set my metronome, my speed that I eventually going to start getting up to. And because they have segments, weather segments, business segments, in the news segments, breaking news segments, guest segments are going to help me. They're like short little bursts of lessons. This is wonderful. This is just...
Llegó hasta las instalaciones de ICE en Broadview, pero cuando se salieron del área designada empezó ese enfrentamiento con...
Here's the thing. They're going to keep saying that all day long. Okay? So here's the other thing. Excuse me. Hold up. All right. My literature. Easy Spanish, step by step. I can look at this. I can read it. I can just put emphasis on certain areas. A lot of this is rules-based. Excuse me, I need something to drink. Structure-based, different things like that. This is golden. This is good, okay? All right, so I'm going to wrap it up. I want to say, and let me hide some of this. I want to say this was day one of me, Talk Williams, learning or on my journey to learn conversational Spanish as it is spoken in the United States. Okay? And let me see if I can attempt to say something in Spanish. Hold up, let me bring up this. And let me go to okay, so check it out. The title says, Day 1, Learning Conversational Spanish in the U.S., the what, why, and how. Now, in my description, I made some attempt through Google Translate or whatever to match that. So it says, Dia uno, which is day 1. Aprendiendo, aprendiendo, español, conversacional in Estados Unidos, United States. El qué, the why. El por qué, the what. Y el cómo, the how. So el qué, the, el, so it's masculine. K, meaning the what. El por qué, and that's por space QUE with the accent. Why? Y el cómo, meaning and. Just the letter Y in Spanish represents and, A-N-D, not A-N, but A-N-D. And then it's el cómo, which is how. Then it says, Bienvenidos, todos. Por favor, tengan paciencia, mientras intento, invitarlos a mi nuevo canal de YouTube, Aprende, te guste. I know that sounds totally ignorant. I know that sounds crazy. I know it does. But I have to practice, and I have to learn, and I have to learn the form and the pauses, and that's all. This is Dia uno. So if I knew how to say this is, because Dia uno is day 1, right? So how do you say this is? Hold on. I could use something as simple as Google Translate to figure out real quick before I jump off of here how to say this is. Okay. Translate. Let me see. All right. So this will be English. I'm going to change it to Spanish real quick. You guys may not be able to see. You should be able to see it, but let me change it to Spanish real quick. And then I'll just go over here and I'll put, this has been day 1 of me. This has been day 1 of my attempt to learn conversational Spanish. All right, so let's see what that says. Este ha sido el primer día de mi intento por aprender de español convencional. That sounds crazy and it's wrong, but let's listen to what it says. Let me hear it.
Este ha sido el primer día de mi intento por aprender español convencional.
It's too fast for me. Slow it down.
Este ha sido el primer día de mi intento por aprender español convencional.
Yeah, right. Not today. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up, and I'm going to say, how do you say, good night, see you next time. Let me try that. Let's see. I know hasta mañana might be tomorrow. Have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow. Let's see how that goes. Que tengas un buen día y nos vemos mañana. Let me see. Que tengas un buen día y nos vemos mañana. Let's see how they say it.
Que tengas un buen día y nos vemos mañana.
Oh, buen, not bien, buen. Que tengas un buen día. Hold on, let's see.
Que tengas un buen día y nos vemos.
Que tengas un buen día y nos vemos mañana. See, I have to learn when to relax, the emphasis, when to take the break, when to pause, how to group it together. You know, it's almost like a song. Que tengas un buen día. Que tengas un buen día y nos vemos mañana. Maybe that's it. See the relax, the breathe, the relax. Que tengas un buen día. Que tengas un buen día y nos vemos mañana. Let's see how they do it. Let's see.
Que tengas un buen día y nos vemos mañana.
Yeah, they did it faster, but that's where the breaks was. Que tengas un buen día. Que tengas un buen día. So that was have a good day. Y means and, which is E. Nos vemos mañana. See you in the morning. I will see you in the morning. Que tengas un buen día y nos vemos mañana. Wow. That was super cool. Okay. That's it. That's all I got. Hasta mañana. And have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow. Que tengas un buen día y nos vemos mañana.